The first form I'm going to draw is a cone. All right. By the way, I'm trying to do this one-handed because I'm holding my tablet at the same time. Okay, so you have to draw lightly. The reason why you have to draw lightly is because where the highlight is, or the brightest part on your form, excuse me, you're going to erase the outline. Just like you see how there's not an outline here on my sphere. Because when you look at an actual object in real life, there's not black outlines around everything like in a cartoon. So you need to draw lightly because you're going to end up erasing it. So for a cone, you start with kind of like the beginning of an A. These lines need to have the same angle as if these angles need to be equal. From the center out to the side of that cone. You can eyeball it. I don't expect you to actually get a protractor out, but they need to be pretty close to equal. And then this is kind of just like the bottom part of an oval. It's pretty light, so it might be hard for you to see, but that's right. Okay, I'm going to use stippling. You guys are going to be using pencils, but to save time, because I'm making a video, I'm going to use a Sharpie. So with stippling, you're doing dots. The dots, oh, sorry. The dots just get closer together where the dots get closer together where the value is darker. Okay, with a pencil, when you are doing shading, you just change the pressure, like how hard you're pressing to change the value, or another way of phrasing value is the lightness or darkness. So if you want to make something look darker when you're doing stippling, you do the dots closer together. So I'm going to decide where my light source is going to be. Let's say my light source is it's shining at the cone this way from over here. So there'd be a light bulb off my paper here. So it's shining this way onto my cone, which would make the far side the darkest side, which is where my dots are going to be the closest. So I'm just going to put a lot of dots close together. I'm going to make a little bit more, I'm going to make the dark section a little bit thicker at the bottom of the cone. Because this is so thin that the light would kind of wrap around it. When I'm done doing this, okay. When I'm done doing this, I'm going to go ahead and label each section with the name of the form. So this one is a cone, yes. And then I'm going to also write stippling because that is the technique that I used. So I'm just making the stippling dots get further and further apart as I go around the cone because this is the lightest part and this is the darkest part. Just like they get further and further apart as they go lighter this way. I realized I was maybe getting too light too fast, so I'm going to add some here. Okay. Now I'm going to get lighter again. I'm sorry that you guys have to watch this in real time, but I figure you can pause and rewind and navigate around the video how you want. Okay, now we're going to make a shadow. Well, this is the shadow, this is the highlight. We're going to make the cast shadow, meaning the shadow that's cast onto the ground. So if you follow the angle that the light source is shining, and you kind of make a dotted line off to the side, this is kind of where the end of that cone is going to be. So it's going to start here, and it's just going to kind of taper. So the shadow is an elongated, meaning made longer, version of this sort of triangular shape. Yes, I'm saying shape even though it's a form, because the shadow is flat. So it's a version of this form, but in shape. It's a shape version, and it's made longer because just like at like 5 o'clock at night when the sun is setting, your shadow is longer because it's off to the side instead of at noon when it's right up underneath you. Okay, so the shadow is a stretched out version that goes straight across. The tip of your shadow should be level with the bottom of your form. If it goes below, it's going to look like it's not on a flat surface. So don't make your shadow go this way. It's going directly horizontal. And then it's going to be darkest next to the form, and it's going to get lighter as it goes away. Okay, so then I need to label it. Cone. And I used stippling. All right, next video is going to be my next form.